20 years ago, almost to the minute, the 9/11 terror attacks would be unleashed on New York City and the World Trade Center. However, in other news on the same day, Nickelback would release their third studio album entitled Silver Side Up. But you better shut up about it, or it'll land you in some hot water. I noticed that Nickelback was trending on Twitter, and I knew why they were. AP Planner, which is a Twitter account that likes to highlight upcoming events from the Essential Editorial Planning tool, stated that Nickelback was going to be celebrating as well their 20th anniversary of the release of their album. But it says here that the tweet has been deleted because the tweet was in poor taste. This, my friends, is what the world has come to. So we're only allowed to talk about the catastrophic events that happened on 9/11, and I get it. It's a huge fucking deal. It happened half a lifetime ago for me. I'm 42. I'm going to be 43 in a couple of months. So I was 22 turning 23 when these events unfolded, and I remember that day very vividly for obvious reasons, as well as the fact that it was also the first day that I would get my first apartment, that I would live on my own, and I would have full freedom. So it was a fairly significant day for me in many ways. But the fact that they're getting a lot of backlash for this is what's ridiculous. Last I checked, there's 24 hours in a day. You can take several hours to talk about, educate, and remember the lives that were lost and affected on the tragic day of 9/11. But if you literally take 5 seconds to say, hey, check this out. You know, did you know? Canadian rock group Nickelback also released their album on the same day a few hours later. That's not poor taste. Poor taste would be like people making fun of the events of 9/11 for the terrorist attacks. Poor taste would be, oh, just think. The people that perished on that day were saved the atrocities of having to listen to that terrible album. That would be poor taste. Simply stating a historical fact in the music world is not poor taste. Change my mind. Also, something that was brought to my attention a couple of years ago was that Michael Jackson was scheduled to have an appointment on that day of September the 11th, 2001, inside the World Trade Center. Had it not been for him talking to his mother late on the phone the night prior, causing Michael Jackson to sleep in and miss his scheduled appointment, Michael Jackson would have probably had a 99% chance of dying on that day. Instead, he would later die 8 years later of cardiac arrest. Again, that's not in poor taste. That's a pretty big deal to me, talking about what could have happened to Michael Jackson 8 years before he actually died. Again, nowhere do I think this is funny, right? But nowhere do I think it's distasteful, because it's not like it's trying to steal the thunder or the highlight of what happened that was a lot more tragic. Like, it's the same fucking day. And I've said this before in some of my other rants. As a society, we have grown really fucking soft. Like a wet ramen noodle that's been seeping in the cup for about 35 minutes. Okay? I get that we're trying to do better in life. Don't use certain words, certain slurs, and don't talk about certain stereotypes, and I'm all on board for that. However, I do feel sometimes we cross that line and we take shit too fucking far. This is one of them. Has this world gone too soft? Is this crossing the line to be talking about anything other than the tragic events that happened in New York? As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It greatly helps support the channel with the algorithm. You didn't like it, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.